Right, hello. Time to continue on with some SvelteKit. I hope everyone's having a good week. Let's jump over. So last stream we finished off the official tutorial, and now we've got our next steps, which it recommends having a little play around ourselves. So I'm actually going to work through a proper site, starting with a mobile view for it, and I've got this site that we're going to be looking at building up over the next few streams. We've got a mobile view here, and then a bit more info on some of the desktop views. So there's a few useful components that we'll get out of this. And yeah, we're just gonna work our way through. So, suppose we need to change our current activity to SvelteKit mobile. SvelteKit mobile site. It's gonna go off the edge of the screen. Let's just go for mobile. I mean, even that goes off the edge of the screen. Let's shift that over a little bit. And they're working on. Just gotta wait for the Spotify thing to disappear. There we go. Okay. Cool. Right. So, other than installing Node and making sure that's all up to date, let's just double check. 18.6 is fine. npm, we should be sufficiently outdated on those. Yep. So I'm not going to go into detail on how to install Node. There's plenty of decent guides out there to get yourself set up in VS Code with Node. In terms of extensions, let's see what we've got. What we're going to do, we're going to create our project, and then when we open it up, we're going to see what extensions we're going to use. So we're going to use npm create svelte at latest. So if we can get it selected, npm create svelte at latest, and that'll give us an up-to-date project for Svelte. CLI for creating new SvelteKit projects. Follow the prompts. Cool. Let's do that. And it'll probably ask us what we want our... Wait, firstly, actually, I think we need to give it a name for our project. So we're going to go with Smarco for this website that we're doing, which is the name of the company. And yep, we'll let it install this. We're going to go with the skeleton project. We're going to be using TypeScript. And I think what we want to do is let's add in ESLint and Prettier to start with. Do we want Playwright? I don't know enough about Playwright and Beat Test. I mean, we can include them and then delete later as needed. So let's include all of it. So we go into our folder, and actually we're just going to open up a new VS Code in this folder structure, and then we can get rid of this other one. Okay, so we've created our SvelteKit app here, and this is the default folder structure, which should look familiar based on what we've done in the previous tutorials. So we normally, actually we shouldn't have closed it, should we? I wonder if we can get access to that again. Normally you do npm install or npm install if you're using that. We might have to update our pnpn version. Let's do that as well. Let this all update. Oh, it's checked all the integrity, that's fine. That's added all these dev dependencies for us. Let's update our pnpm. It's got a few deprecation issues, but that's fine. Cool. And then I think we're doing a git init, don't we? Oh, don't want that. Let's just do git init and git add all files, git commit, initial commit, and then we can run npm run dev. So that's the command to start our server, and we should see on our local host in a second. Yeah, it should be ready. There we go. Here is our basic SvelteKit project up and running. So nice and easy to start with. And what we have here, how are we going to show this? I think what I might do is just have it in the background like this. And then this covering most of the screen, because that should still be enough. So we said we were going to look at extensions first. We don't actually have to have the background open for that. Auto close tag, those are fine. C# we don't need for this project, so disable it in the workspace. Code checker is going to be useful. ESLint is fine. I think what we want is just the standard VS Code official package. So these are all additional ones, but I think most of it is covered in this official Svelte dev one. So I'm going to disable all the other ones for the moment. Tailwind we're not going to use, so we're going to get rid of that. Thunder client might be useful later on, and we're not doing Unity work here, so you can be disabled in this workspace. No Unity tools. And we'll keep our icons. So I think most of those fairly useful still. This automatically adds the closing tag for HTML elements. This renames the closing tag if you have to change an element. This allows us to add in some useful comments. So it just highlights different colors based on codes in your comment, which is quite useful. Spell checker, just to make sure you're using real words in your code. Helps you spot typos quite a lot. ESLint, it's just the standard ESLint. IntelliSense is useful for file names, and then Prettier helps you format your code. So most of those I think should be fine. Let's run the reload just so that those extensions aren't actually going to be running. And then if we go here, got our node modules, and I think that's where we're going to start. So what do we want to start with? We said we're going to show the output in the background here. So I think for the moment, because it's only a little bit, there's not a lot to show on the actual page. Where's going to be best? I think on the left-hand side is going to be best. And we'll just shrink it down a bit because we're going to be looking at a mobile view. And actually, let's force it into a mobile view to start with. So we're going to go with a pixel kind of dimensions. Or what's another good one? S8? That might be alright. So this is our mobile view of our current site, and we're going to shift this across the side. Hopefully nothing's going to be hidden here. And we can probably shrink this down a little bit. Right, okay, so first things first, what are we wanting to do? So if these are the eventual pages we're going to have a home page, we're going to have a solutions page, a story page, and that's it for the moment. So three different routes to start with. So with our routes, we're going to create a new page file, and this is going to be our solutions. And we want one which is our story, so we're going to call that just story, I think. Oh. Slash story. Cool, so by default it's adding in this thing that allows us to access the page data. I don't think we'll need that on most of the sites, but we'll come back to that. Across all of these files, we're going to have a layout, and this is just going to be the default layout for the page. So really what we can see, yeah, we'll say them. It's just overwrite. So, just by adding in those routes, we can already navigate across. Oh yeah, our layout needs a slot to start with. Just tell it where to render the actual page. And then we should have a solutions page that doesn't have anything on it. And we'll have a story page that again doesn't have anything on it. But any other links that we try and go to, so story 2, should get a 404 not found. So we set up our routes. Now within our navbar, what things are we going to have? We're going to have our logo. Ooh. And we're going to have our nav. Which at the moment we haven't got these structures for. These are going to sit within a header. So let's just call that a nav, lowercase nav for a moment. And within this, we're going to have an unordered list of links. And we want we want 3 links really. Oh, why did that not work? Let's do that. So that's a useful thing to know in web dev is the emit shortcuts. So once you've got, I think in VS Code it comes as standard in some file formats, but rather than typing out all of the HTML tags and stuff like that, you can use emit abbreviations, and they're worth looking up. So if I want a P tag, I just type P and press enter. But where it comes in handy is where, let's say I want a P tag with a class name of main text. I can just do that and it'll do it automatically. So similar to CSS names, classes start with a dot and IDs start with a hash. So let's say we wanted our like a div, and we wanted to give it an ID of home. You just do stuff like this. And also you can do similar things to like CSS. What are they called? I can't think with the music. Let me turn that down a second. The CSS selectors, that's what they're called. So let's say I wanted a div that had within it 3 p tags. I can do something like this. Oh, 3. So 3 lots of using like a multiplier style there. And within each of those p tags, we're on like a, let's say an H, well, wouldn't make sense to have an H2 within the paragraph, but let's say within the div, we have an H2 for our title and then 3 p tags. And within the p tags, we have like a span. Let's say that. So there we go. We get our div with our H2 tag and then 3 p tags with the span inside. Very useful to have all of those stuff. Right, so in our nav, so we're going to follow this kind of setup here. So we have 4 links here in our nav, plus our controls on the top. So let's just have another one, but one of them is not really an anchor tag. So we're going to have home, just goes to our index. We're going to have solutions, which goes to our solutions page. We're going to have our story, which goes to /story. And then this is going to be contact, which isn't going to go anywhere. This is going to go to our contact part of the page. So we're going to give our contact block an ID when we do this. So if we save that and see on here, we have our nav that now appears on every page and allows us to jump around all of the different ones. That looks good. Right, I think we're going to leave styling for a moment. We're just going to mainly focus on the different blocks that we want. So within all of these routes, we're going to have some components. So let's add a folder in our library for components. And within that, we're going to have our new, so some of these components here. So obviously nav is going to be a good one. And actually let's do mobile nav. Svelte. Right. So what we've started with here, we can just take this whole navbar out of here and put it in here. And then in this bit, let's get rid of this for the moment because we're not going to be using it. So we're going to import our nav from lib components mobile nav. Actually, let's call this mobile nav. And then we're just going to have the element right here on the page. So now if we save all of this, it should operate exactly the same. And now if we update details here, we'll see that is the element being rendered in all of our layouts. So nice and easy. Still there, that's all good. Right, so we have a mobile nav. Let's have a little look at our home page. So to start with, we're going to have a hero section. We're going to have a benefits section, sectors, contact, and footer. So we could probably start on the footer. So again, we can probably put this in our components. We'll do a new file. This will be our mobile footer. .svelte. And what's this going to have? This is just going to be our footer element. And then we're going to have some social links. So this is going to be an unordered list. At the moment with two LIs, which will have within them, we'll have our SVG, which is our image, and we'll have our A tag. No, but we want the A tag around that. So we want A, then within that SVG plus a span, I think. Let's see what that comes out as. That looks all right. So we probably don't need the span actually. But this one's going to say at Smarco UK. This one is going to say info at smarco.uk. So now we go back to this. It's not going to say anything just yet because we don't have our footer in here. So what we can do is import our mobile footer. Footer from mobile footer.svelte. And we're just going to pop it at the bottom. Mobile footer. There we go. So not much at the moment. And then we're going to have a line break, which is going to be a horizontal rule. Or actually, do we want just a line element, I think? And then underneath that, what have we got next? We're going to have privacy policy, terms and conditions, and Smarco. So another unordered list. This time it's going to have 3 li, 3, and just links this time. It's going to be privacy policy. This one's going to be terms and conditions. And this last one, we're not going to have as a link. It's just going to be the li. And it's just going to be Smarco Limited. Copyright. I can't remember how you do the copyright. How do you do a copyright symbol? Just going to copy it out of here. $2023. Okay. Now we're going to have one more line, which at the moment we're not really styling, but I'm fairly certain. Where do we use lines in this? Was it in here? It's such a line. No? Oh, it wasn't in a canvas, was it? Where was our canvas element? Context API? We might have had it in here. No. Can't remember where it was. We could just use horizontal rule, but I'm sure I saw line. Line... Oh, element. HTML. No, they're using horizontal rule. Line element, SvelteKit. Is there a line element instead? I'm almost certain I saw it somewhere, but I can't remember where we did that. Advanced ratings, no. API routes, stores, errors. We have it in here somewhere. Yeah, here. So it's got to be in our nav. Our current. Oh, do we not have? We don't have the styles in here. Is it just the board and bottom that they're using, or is it a different element? Let's see. Yeah, they're just doing a board and bottom. Okay. Although we might as well do this setup as well. So in our project here, in our mobile nav, so we want to set up our script tag, lang equals TypeScript. What we're going to do, import page from app.source. Okay, and then here in our href, we've got our href, and we're going to do the same here. Aria current equals, check the page, .url, .path name. It should be equal to r slash. Actually, let's not scrunch this up so much. Make it a bit easier to read. Let's go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this for each of our routes. So that's going to be story, solutions. Okay, and then what we can do here in our styles. Oh, do I want to do style yet? Yeah, we can do that. So I think you can target with aria current like this. Oh, is it rolled? Aria current, something like that. Let me see. CSS role selector. Role equals, okay, in the square brackets. We're almost there. Let's just do color red, just to start with, just to see if it's working. Aria current should work. So we're on solutions. Is that working? Let's go back to the desktop view. Let's do like a font size QEM. No, that's not working. Okay. Why is that not working? There's our CSS here. It'll be in here somewhere. Array current equals true. Right, so that's how we want to do it. Thought it was something like that. There we go. So now if we go to our page and we save, we'll see that we can see which page we're on based on the selection. Contact's just going to scroll down to a contact element, so we don't need to have it on that role. Right, so we don't need the 2EM anymore. That's working fine. Okay, so where's this logo? Logo's coming in our layout, isn't it, at the moment? That's fine. Footer's kind of okay. So rather than line, there should be horizontal ruled. Okay, that looks good. So yes, we can do a little bit of styling. I don't want to do too much styling on this at the moment because I want it to be mostly quite clean code. So let's say, how do we want to do this? So in our footer, we want to do like a display. Do a display flex. We'll do column, line content center. No, align item center, that's it. We don't want to have any padding. Wondering why we've got this massive space here. Oh, that's the SVG, isn't it? Yeah. So when we assign this to a value, that's going to shrink down. So actually, we could do that in our static. In a new folder for our icons. And for this particular site, we want an email and an Insta icon. Which actually, where are these based? Let me see if I can find them in our file system. Where would we have put these? Programming. Oh, well, we don't have them there. Where else could they be? They could be in another one of our sites. Let's have a look in here. That's okay. And the email. Okay, let's take those. What we're going to do, we can dump them in here for the moment. But I feel like at some point we're going to update this anyway, so nothing to worry about too much. So our email src we're going to go static. Oh no, we can just go straight to icons. And this is going to be our Instagram.svg. No, it doesn't like that. This is where you look up the SVG. Been a while since I've done these, so container, no. Graphics reference, graphics elements. Just want to point to our item. This isn't how we do it, is it? I'm also going to swap over to Game Chops because I want some, let's have some video game music. SVG source attribute. Using SVG. Let's go for CSS strict. Oh, submit preferences. Don't want to accept all. God, this is an old. Oh, we just do an image. Okay. Let's do that for the moment. I imagine we're going to find better ways to do this. Let's see, has that? Yeah, that's worked. This needs an alt. Going to be Instagram. Come on. Right, and then this one is going to be email. Okay. Right, so in our footer, we've done a target on the URL. No. We did a target on the footer, didn't we? Display, flex, column, align item center. So here in our footer, we're gonna display flex. Flex flow column. And align item center. Right. Let's pop this to the side. Okay, then within our A tags, we want these to be side by side, not on top of each other. So we're also going to say A display flex, and that should be all we need. Yeah, now they're in line with each other, and we're probably going to need line items. Let's have a look. So what we want is probably align content. Nope. Line items. That's what we want. Align item center again. Right, and finally our images. We're going to do a height of, let's say, 40 pixels for the moment. And then let's put a gap in here of 20 pixels, just for now. Just pad it out a little bit. And then finally, we're going to want our ULs to have, is it text decoration none? No, it's not text, it's list style none. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. Within these ULs, fonts, align text. No, it's text align, isn't it? Text align. Gonna go center. Why has that not worked on privacy policy? Oh, because it's internal to it. What we did it on here? I don't really want to have it multiple times, but directly within the UL, we're not going to have it. It's going to be within the LIs, isn't it? So either directly in an LI like this, or within the A tag. Let's try it in here. That might be all we need. Why are you not centered? Is that going to be all we need? Potentially. So what we're doing there, we're doing a justify content. Center also. Okay, but really that's slightly different in this frame. What we've got different here is these items are aligned by their right edge, and then the text is aligned by the left edge, and then the whole block is our center. So how are we going to go about that? We want this block to act differently. The whole UL is centered, which I think we have. Take this off. No, we want that. We took this off here. That's working from the bottom bit. So let's give this UL a class of social. Let's do socials. And then we can target this socials class. And for the moment, we don't want to justify content, do we? Unset or initial? Let's go with initial for the moment. No, unset. Right, so this UL here oh, we're not applying it there, are we? So, how are we going to do this? We want these. Oh, that shouldn't have a space. Why has that got a space? I think we're going to need it in a span, aren't we? Yeah, let's put those in spans just to be certain. We're going to need that here. And then in these, we don't need them. Cool, okay. So what we want to do is within this UL, we're going to have more control of the flexbox here. So let's see what we can mess around with here. Actually, I did say I'm not going to do styles as much today. So actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to get the general structure of this, and that's fine. This is going to go to our privacy page. So we do need some more links as well. And this is going to go to terms. Our footer, these are not valid hrefs, that's fine. We'll add in those links at another point, that's okay. So in our roots, we now need our privacy page, /privacy, and we need a terms page. Cool, and then let's close all of these because we don't really need them open at the moment. So we click on privacy, it takes us to the privacy page and to the terms page. They won't look any different at the moment because there's no content on them. Right, so our mobile nav, let's start with a little bit of styling here. So we're going to say, well, technically our UL needs to be like that. The only thing I think we need here is list style none. Just for the moment. Okay, let's go back to our homepage. And what have we got as our homepage setup? So first things we have our navbar and then a hero block. So let's make our hero component. within this hero component, what have we got? We've got it's going to be not going to be our main. We are going to do just an image that we're going to fill in later. So for the moment, let's call that a div. And within this, we have this, which is going to be probably our H1. 18. What size is this? 24. What if we bump that up to 24? Let's see what that looks like. A bit big, actually. 18 might be alright. So actually it's going to be an H2. So H2. Actually, let's keep that on the page. Right, so we want Smarco to be a different color. So we're just going to span that. And then in here, let's do a style. H2 span. Actually, we're probably going to want to target this as logo. Let's call this on that. And we're going to call class equals logo. And what color is this? This is our flat color, which is what? 73CA. Right, and then we're going to convert this to HSL format. It's preferable. So then on our home page, where are we? Page.svelte. We're just going to have a script open here, import hero, and it auto completes for us. And then we're going to have a main, and within that main, we're going to start with our hero. So now we go to our home page, we get that. Okay, right, that's that first paragraph, and then underneath that, we've got another text here, which is just our content. So this is just a standard p tag. And we're just going to dump that in. Some weird new lines on this. Let's just check that there aren't any unusual wraps there. That looks fine. Cool, okay. At the top of this, we're going to have our image, which for the moment is going to be empty. But let's just block out an area for it. So this is going to be... Well, actually, we want to look at mobile view here. Now, why is this playing out? What's giving this? This has got margin on it. Yeah, we need a reset. which we're going to do. Okay, so let's do in our src, we're going to do an app.css file. And we're actually just going to nick this from our previous projects. Let's go for... Let's open up this and have a little quick look through. Probably got a reset somewhere. Let's go to the old holding page, because there's probably some bits in there. No, Pico custom. Oh, we don't have the resets. Might have a little look at resets. Where would I have used that? Open folder. Let's have a look at this one. CSS. This should have our reset. Yeah, Andy Bell's modern reset. Let's go with this. Place that in here. And then in our app.html, let's just double check how we did this last time. So in here, where we want to use our CSS, we didn't use it there. Where did we bring this in? I'm sure it'll be in here, won't it? SvelteKit head. Not in there. In our layout, yes, that's where we did. And this is the old style of Svelte, so ignore what these files look like. It's all been updated since I did that site. So we go to our layout file. We just import our CSS here. I think that's worked. Yeah, has it? No, we've still got margins on this. Just on the UL. So app.css. Where we got UL role list. Right, I'm just going to pop it here. Oh, actually here. We're going to add to this list our unordered list. That's not worked. Why has that not worked? Margin 0. Margin block start. Let's see what that is. Margin block start is a CSS property that defines the logical block start margin of an element, which maps to a physical margin depending on the element's writing mode. I don't think we want that at all. Initial value is 0. Why is that set for us? Okay, so that's not what we want here. What we want to do is have a UL margin block. Margin block of 0. Now, don't tell me this is not going to overwrite. So where are you getting your padding from? Computed. Where is this 40? Oh, it's in padding, sorry. What's giving you padding? Padding inline start 40. That's better. Cool. Right, let's cut this across. So our image here, let's see if we've got a reference to it. Project files. This image, which is this one. That looks right. Cool. So in our static folder here, we're going to have a new folder. We call this images. And in here, we're going to have another folder. It's going to be hero. Slash. Let's start with this slash. Hero slash. What are we going to call this? Raw. What file format is this? It's a PNG file. What can I call this? This is going to be the... I'm just going to call this full. Oh, actually, we just got to drag it in, haven't we? Which is the biggest size there? That's 1456. That one's bigger. Right, we're going to call this full.png. Going to get rid of that. Okay, and then in our hero, we're gonna go to images, hero, full. Oops. Evening, well, view of modern house in the woods. External view. Modern house in the woods at dusk. Okay, how does that look? Not bad. So all we're going to do is just continue filling out this home page. Let's get rid of our default there. So the next section, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. So there's our benefits section. So new file, maybe benefits.svelte. And actually, I think what we're going to do, we're going to change the name of this to page components. And it's not going to like that because where we've referenced it, oh no, it does, it has updated. That's good. Right, the layout of this here, let's leave it there so we can actually see it. So this is going to be, let's say it's an H1 tag. Oh. It's going to say benefits. And then it's going to be lots of these cards. So you're probably going to do in each block here. We're going to do benefits as benefit. Just so that we don't want after each. No thanks. And then we're going to need a card here. Let's call this benefit card. And we're going to be passing in benefit into this component, which at the moment doesn't exist, but we will start figuring that out. So let benefits equal an array. No, yeah, it's going to be an array, and this is of type string array. Lang equals TypeScript. What's wrong with this? Yeah, we've done that now. Maybe it needs no spaces. Yep. We're going to import, well, we're going to create a benefit card first. And this is going to do import benefit card. And in this component, we're going to do a script. Lang equals TypeScript. I'm going to export let benefit. Which is going to be a type of string for the moment. It's because it's not used. So for now, we're just going to do a div that inside this has, what are we calling this? Let's call this an H3. That has the benefit here. And that's it. So ultimately, we're going to want to take this from a list of an array of benefit objects that's going to have all of these details in and the links to the icons. But for the moment, we're just going to do our list of strings. So like lower energy bills, Energy bills. Lots of I can type today. Carbon footprint. Actually, we don't need to fully type these out. So comfort. Flexible. Flexible. Custom. Customizable. And what other ones? Stylish, scalable. What's wrong with customizable? It doesn't like this word. Not a known word. Spell? Yeah, no. Fairly sure that's the UK spelling of it. Yeah, outside North America, it's spelled with an S. Cool. If we save this now, and in our page.svelte, let's import our benefits. And we'll draw them in below our main content. Benefits. There's our list of benefits. That's good. We're not worrying too much about CSS at the moment, so we're just gonna have most of the content out on the page. Right, up next we do sectors, and then contact, and then we're done with the homepage in terms of content. There's obviously way more to do, but we're seeing a few bits so far. So let's do a new file. It's going to be sectors.svelte. And this is going to be very similar actually. So let's copy this. This is going to be a sectors card. Sectors card from sectors card.svelte. These are going to be sectors. And we want residential. New build. Retrofit. RF. I don't think that's necessary. And commercial. The acronym. I'm not sure we necessarily need that on there. But sectors as sector. Sectors and sector card. So that for the moment, and then we're just gonna copy this. And we're gonna call this sector card. And our sector card, let sector string and string. And then again on our home page, we're just going to import sectors. And we're going to output it here as sectors. And we're going to save. Cool, we're getting most of our content out on the page. I think we're due a little break. So what we're going to do is just a little screen break. Quick 5 minutes. Have a stretch, grab a drink or a little snack. I'll be back in a bit. Right, we're back. Let's have a look. So, what we've done so far is mainly setting up our routes. Oh, let me just get rid of these things off the screen as well. Okay, so we've set up our project structure, we've set up our routes. So we have a privacy page, a solutions page, a story page, contacts, terms page, and our home page. Oh, hi Omega, how's it going? Thanks for the welcome back, and welcome in. I'm basically last few streams I've been working through the SvelteKit tutorial, which is like a JavaScript framework-esque thing. And we've gone through the official tutorial, trying it all out. I'm doing well, thank you, yeah. And now I'm going to start applying that to a full-on project. I have a bit of experience with SvelteKit, so when I was running through the tutorial, it's more like a full refresher, because it's been a while since I've actually used it properly. And now we're starting on a website project that I've been doing the design for. So it's going to be looking something like this, hopefully, for a company called Smarco. So I thought it's going to be useful to stream it because we'll get a full end-to-end view of starting everything from the very start. And I hope that's going to be useful for people. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of looking up through documentation and figuring out how things are working and all that kind of stuff. But so far, what I'm going to do to start off is looking at a mobile view of the site. I'm really focusing on the, well, I suppose the HTML to start with. Gonna try and leave as much of the CSS till later on in the project as I can, because I think a lot of examples online, you just see all of the Svelte files are full of like Tailwind classes and stuff like that, and it can get a bit more confusing. So hopefully a lot of the styling is going to be like later on. I'm going to try and keep it as basic as possible until I need to start styling it properly. But yeah, what brought you to the stream? Are you a web developer, or are you looking into Svelte, trying to see what the benefits are, or you use it anyway, or just interested in coding in general? So where are we? Where do we get up to? So we've got our list of benefits and sectors. Really, there's only one more section at the bottom here, which is going to be our contact section. So let's start bringing that in. We're going to do another page component, new file. Computer science students are generally interested. Ah, nice. Yeah, I mean, I did electronic engineering at uni, so my interaction with programming was very much like low-level C stuff to start with, and I was interested in it. But when I started working in like the career field, I didn't really get a lot of opportunities to do programming, and slowly over the years I've come like closer and closer into like web development and stuff, and then I'm trying to get into game design, and that's the end goal. But I'm doing a little bit of web development at the moment as like projects on the side, so we're seeing how they go. But yeah, what I would recommend is anyone looking to get into any kind of web development, if you're not already wedded to existing frameworks like React and Angular and Vue, definitely check out SvelteKit, because it's just such a nice development environment. Things just make sense in it. There is a few little quirks, but you get that with all with all frameworks. So for example, if we have a look at our benefits card here, these kind of like each blocks, it's just how Svelte handles that syntax. But once you get used to a few of them like that, it makes so much sense. You started programming with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and then switched to Java and so on. Yeah. Everyone likes to jump around languages for a little bit. Having a vacation now and working on web dev projects with some friends. Nice. Yeah, if you can, I'd highly recommend checking out the Learn Svelte tutorial. It's just learnsvelte.dev. I'll post it in here. It's got some really good introduction of how you make the components and all that kind of stuff. And if you get stuck on anything, my last like 4 or 5 streams have been running through this tutorial, so hopefully I've explained bits in there of how I've understood the tutorials as well, so that could be useful. I think there's a link to my YouTube channel somewhere on the Twitch page, and that has all the VODs, just because I know Twitch can be annoying to get access to them. And what was the other one? There is what was the Rich Harris talk that got me into this originally? Rethinking reactivity. This talk basically sold everyone onto Svelte. Is it in the Shift conference, or is it this one? Let's click on this and see where we go to. This is the one. Yeah, you gotta love front end. So if you know anything about how front end stuff works, highly recommend watching this, because he goes into like why. Basically, this is the guy who built Svelte to start with, and he goes into like how you do stuff in Svelte, why it's so much simpler than other frameworks, and why this is what the future should be. So yeah, hopefully that's a kind of an overview of what Svelte is and SvelteKit. SvelteKit's just like the framework around the Svelte library, so it allows you to build all the sites. But yeah, you're welcome. Right, so what we were doing here, we want to put in a contact form in here. So we built this, put this here, and the structure of our contact form is we've got an image and then a box here with a title. It's probably going to be our H2s or H3s again. A little bit of information. Oh, actually, we were going to put some links in here as well. So let's create that a little bit. Let's leave this to the side so we've got an idea. And where's that image? So we're going to do a new folder in our images file. That's going to be contact. Oh, no, we want this in the images file. Yep. And within here, let's find that contact image, which is this. We're just going to rename this as full, for the like full size image. And here in our contact element, we're going to have our image, we're just going to go into images, contact, full, and this is a JPEG file for the moment, but we're going to be converting those later on into WebP files because they're better to serve. And then for all image files, we should have alt properties for screen readers. So this is going to be how would we describe this? Can't. No, you want to give it some context inside a light bulb. Oh, that'll do. I know you could just put a picture, but you want to give some more detail. So now we've got a div here that has, we're going to have our H3, we're going to call this. And it's going to say contact. And then a paragraph tag. It's going to say get in touch at, and we're going to put an href, mail to info@marco.uk. Yeah, if you got any questions about anything, feel free. I'm happy to delve into ideas and stuff like that. I mean, as much as I can guess at or help with. And we will get back to you as soon as we can. Cool, we'll save that. And then in our main home page, we're going to import that component, which is contact, from our page components contact. And we're just going to dump it here on the page. So now if we look at our site build, we'll get our contact here, and there's our image. And that's all we need for the moment for our homepage. We'll probably start building out this benefits and sectors section. And we'll probably dump in the logo at some point as well. But let's jump around a little bit. So on our story page, we've got nothing. Solutions page is empty at the moment. And what we can do is in our layout file. So the way SvelteKit works is you can have this layout file that wraps around every other page. So we're saying for each page we go to, we want to render a header with these elements in it, and we want to render this footer component, and then you put the page specific content. This is how it tells the builder or the compiler where to put the page content. So on our home page, that slot is replaced by this this main with all the other components in here. But if we go to like a sub page, so we go to like the privacy page, there's nothing in here at the moment. So we'd still get the header and footer, but this slot will be empty. So if I go to the privacy policy, we have it empty, but we still have the header and the footer on every page. So that's what these layout files do. What I wanted to do though is look at our navbar. And this contact should take us down to the contact section. So if around this, we do a div with an ID of contact, then that anchor tag should be able to target this. So let's just do that in the wrapper. And do we need this div here? We probably will for figuring out where everything goes. But now when we save it, if we go to our home page and click contact, we jump down to our contact section. That's good. And we'll figure out about doing a nice animated scroll down to it rather than just a quick jump around. Right, so that's mostly the homepage content done. Which will be all right for the moment. We could start putting in all of the pictures in the sector and all that kind of stuff, but I think the clients I'm working with want to update some of the text here and some of the images here and text. So rather than filling them out at the moment, I'm going to leave those mostly empty. So we'll jump over to our solutions page. So on our solutions page, where are we? We don't need page data. Don't need anything in our script tag just yet. We're going to do an H1. Why is that not filled out? There we go. Solutions. And then this is going to be a repeatable element. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do another each block here. Solutions as solution. And we're going to close out our each block. Oh. And within this, we're going to call our solution card. And we're going to pass in the current solution. Yeah. Nice and easy. Yeah, hopefully it's not blocking up too much. You worked out the puzzle. Right, so what we want to do here is make a solutions card as well. So let's just copy this element again. And we're going to call this solution card. Solution card. Right, and we're going to pass in the name of the solution, and we're just going to write out a header for the moment. So in our solutions, what do we call it? Oh, it's just our solutions page, isn't it, here? So now we've made that component, we can import it. Solution card from our library of components. And we want to make an array of solutions, which, because we're using TypeScript, we're going to have to specify, for the moment, it's going to be strings. And we're just going to put in these titles. So cooling and ventilation, heating, window sensors, lines and curtains. So at the moment I'm just copying the titles out of each of these cards. Scene control, access control, power management. Scene control, access control, and power management. Cool. So now what this is, oh, we want to call this solutions string. So what I'm telling Svelte here is we have this string of, this array of strings. And when Svelte renders out the HTML of this page, of this component, it's going to loop through the solutions array for each item in the solutions array. It sets the value of this variable, which we're just calling solution here. And it's passing that string into our solution card component. And because I've typed out solution so many times, it's starting to not look like a real word, but that is still, yeah, that's typed correctly. Okay, and then in our solution card component, we're reading in that string, and we're just putting it in a div in an H3. So when we navigate to our solutions page, after I've saved this, what we'll see is just a list of all of those elements. So if I do a little inspect here, there's going to be loads of errors at the moment, so ignore most of that. But we've got our H1 here with solutions, And then within each of those calls to our solution card element, we have each of the titles that we've used. So nice and easy. So what else have we got on that page? Then we've got our contact at the bottom, and then footer, but the footer's in it anyway. And actually, because we've got the contact element on every single page, rather than putting it in the bottom of every page, we might as well just put it in the layout. That will save us a bit of work. So where we've got it here on our home page, this contact, we're going to cut this out and we're going to go to our layout. And just above the footer, we're going to drop in the contact component here. And that means it will automatically be rendered in every page. So now without any extra work, we'll have our contact section here. Obviously still needs styling, but it's there on that page. And if we go to the story page, we have the contact element there, even though we haven't added anything in. And on all of these pages, if you click contact, it will scroll down to that contact element. It's nice and easy. Yeah, Svelte has a lot of this kind of thing that just makes it so nice to work with. Right, what do we want to do next? So that's mostly the setup for our solutions page. So let's just finish this off and do the story page content. So in story, now rather than putting in components here, which I don't think we'll need to do, we'll probably just have these items. So let's get rid of that for the moment. And we want our H1 for the header that says our story. Then we've got an image, which for the moment we're just going to do an existing image we've got in our images. And then in our images folder, let's use our contact image. Oh, if I can type full.jpg and alt. This is going to be and holding a branch or a small branch in a forest or something like that. That's good enough as an alt tag. And then we're going to have a section here. Why did that not auto close? There we go. In this, we're going to have an H2, I'm going to call that. It says mission. And within this, we're going to have 3 P tags. And we're just going to copy this text across. And just each of these sections, cut out and paste. Now, unfortunately, copy and pasting from Figma tends to add in these weird line breaks. So let's just double check we haven't got any of those. Doesn't look like it. That looks all right for the moment. Yep. Sometimes oh, maybe like this. Yeah. This is breaking it in a weird place. It's not seeing it as a full line of text. And it's just because of the way that copying from Figma does this. It's something to double check. So that goes straight into there, that's fine. That's fine for the next line, that's not. That's that. That's fine. And that looks all fine. That's good. Right, and then we've got another image. Which actually, I guess that fits in there rather than on its own. Because this is a repeatable section, really. I'm going to copy that same thing. And this is going to say Y Smarco. And then we're going to copy this text across. Nice and easy. And we'll just have to do that same check again. Just get rid of these weird spaces. Cool. Right, now if we look at our story page, we've got 2 images, 2 sections, and then the content. That looks all right. So I guess what we can do is we can bring in some of these images just to make it look a little bit more interesting. So we're going to have a new folder in here. This is going to be mission. And then another one for Y Smarco. What are we going to call this one? Just Y? That might be all right for the moment. Let's find those images that we used. It's that one and that one. Put them both in mission for the moment. Which one's this? This is mission. And this one's Y. I'm just going to rename them to full. Just so that all the images have the same name. Makes it easier to refer to them. Or like reusable code. Now what we will be doing at some point is we will be creating these as WebP formats, and then based on the size of the device we'll have different versions of the images. So for like desktop you can serve the full size image, but for a mobile you can serve an image that's like shrunk down in size, so you're serving less data to mobiles, because they're never going to need an image of this size on a mobile screen. But for the moment we just stick with the nice easy bits. So now in our story page, this is now Y. Oh no, this is still full. This is in the Y folder. And this is DIY tools. Actually, let's capitalize this just so it tries to set as 1 on a workbench. And this one is mission. So now when we save, we get our mission and our tools. Nice. Okay, we're getting there. I think that's most of the content. Why have we got 2 contacts here? Oh, because we haven't taken it out of our homepage. So when we put it into layout, we put this contact element into our layout file. We need to take it out of this page file. We have taken it out, we just haven't saved the file, that's why. There we go. Okay, so what do we want to do next? Maybe we should start designing this navbar. I think really we're going straight onto the content now. Sorry, the styling. Most of this is going to be content copied across, that's fine. Maybe we'll just copy these texts in just to set up our groundwork. Or no, let's jump into the styling. Let's see what we can do. So let's see if we can get this mobile nav to start operating how we want it to look. So on mobile, I mean, regardless of what device we're looking at, we're going to have mobile nav is going to be on the right hand end. So what are we going to do here? We're going to do, well, I guess in our layout, actually, our header here, we want to take this out into another page component. So let's do a header.svelte. And we're going to take all of this out of our layout here and dump it in here. We need to import, oh wait, we need a script tag in here. And we're going to be using TypeScript, so we need to add this to tell the compiler we're using TypeScript. So import mobile nav from mobile nav.svelte. That's in the same file, so that's why we're not using the library shorthand. And save that. And in our layout file, we're now going to be importing header from page components header. And we're going to output it here. So there shouldn't be any difference with what we've got. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to close all files because we've got loads of these open again. Close all and save. Okay, so our header. So style wise, we can get a style here. We're going to say header is display flex. Flex flow, going to be row, no wrap. We don't want it wrapping onto new lines. Let's save that. And we're going to want justify content as space between. Yep. So all that's saying is in our flexbox here, push all of the empty space into the in-between. Actually, we could probably do space evenly wouldn't work, so we wouldn't want them too close to the middle of the... I think space between is right. And that's all we need for the moment in here. And then we're going to go back into our mobile nav and start doing some stuff in here. So firstly, probably want a little bit of clearing from the side of the screen. So let's just do 20 pixels for the moment. We don't want it top and bottom, so just on the side. And actually it's probably just padding right that we want. Padding right is all we care about. Just to pull it off the edge of the screen. Padding right, 20 pixels. Okay, now we're going to want two separate parts of this navbar on mobile. We're going to want a hamburger element here. So let's do we call it a div? It's probably a div. Dot hamburger. And inside this, we're going to have 3 lines. And we're going to come back to that in a minute. What we're going to do here, we're going to say if menu, we're going to call I'm going to create a variable called menu. Else, actually, let's call this menu closed. Else, how am I going to end if here? So now what we're saying is we're going to let menu closed equal true. And it's a bool. So TypeScript, I think we need to tell it what type the menu closed is going to be. Oh, what's it not liked? No, it's just reloading that. That's fine. And then in here, we're going to target our hamburger class. And for the moment, hamburger, we typed that right, didn't we? Yep. We're just going to give it a height of, let's say 40 pixels and a width of 40 pixels. Ooh. And a background color of, let's go with a teal. That's close-ish to what we want. And then how Svelte works with on-click events, we can just do an on-click equals, and we're going to say menu closed. Wait, no, we want to do function here, which takes menu closed equals false. Visible non-interactive elements with an on-click event must be accompanied by an on-key down, on-key up, or on-key press event. Okay, so this is going to be a button, isn't it? It's not going to be a div. So now if we click on it, we get our nav menu. And then what we're going to do, we're going to want, if we click anywhere outside of this UL, we want the menu to close. So how are we going to do that? Well, to start with, let's see. We do this. Let's comment this out for a moment. Oh, it's not going to like that. Let's just cut this out for a moment. That's fine. So we click here and click on solutions. Our nav menu stays open. And I know it's going to complain at us for the moment, but if we save this, does that close the menu when we navigate? Which might be what we want to do. Actually, no, we don't want to close the menu. I think we want to leave it open. And we want it if the user clicks anywhere else on the page, that's where we close it. Okay, so I think we're going to have to start using a store. So here's where we're going to first jump back into our tutorial docs. We're going to look at stores. And we're going to look at a writable store. Okay, so in our library, we're going to do a new file. It's going to be our stores.ts. And in this writable file, we're going to do this, or something similar to this. And this is going to be export const menu closed writable 0. Let's actually, can I do writable true? Will it accept the bool? It looks like it does. So now navbar here, we want to instead import menu closed from, they're going to let us do this, from lib/stores. Right now, if menu closed, and on click, we're going to say menu closed dot set false. And we're going to see if that works. This is just called menu closed. Doesn't like set. Let's see. Writable stores, derived custom stores. If a store is writable, it has a set method you can bind to its value. The name is equivalent to set name, but we can't set to a boolean. Do we use update then? Let's just check what we're doing here. So we're importing greeting. We're referring to it like this. And in our stores. Okay, let's have a look at stores in the docs. Let's see if that helps. Don't want stores with context. Maybe, actually, we want original Svelte here. We want to go to the docs of this. And where's our stores? Thanks for the follow, Omega. Sorry, I'm having to dig through a little bit in the documentation here, so hope it's still interesting. Right, a function that creates a store which has values that can be set from outside components. It gets created as an object with additional set and update methods. So why? Ah, thank you. That's very kind. Right, let's have a look. If we do svelte store bool, let's see if there's any examples. How do I update a bool value? Two problems. Count is not defined. It's not how to update. Update takes an argument as a function. Has argument current value. has as argument the current value and as return value the new value. Payment false. So what we're saying here, so it's doing a custom store here with payment value. It's not really what we want to see. Let's have a look at this one. Creating a store. So it's easier with a string. What needs to be done? Making stores reactive with that syntax is fine. On click alert equals empty. Writing to our store, this is what we're going to see, I think. Yeah, so this is writing a string to our alert store. Store is just some shared state between components. So it's an easy way to, well, allow a component to update a value without having to pass the value in between all the components. Because sometimes there's not an easy route. So it's just like a shared object that is accessible from all components. So these ones are just setting it, but why can't we set a Boolean? Let's have a quick look. See if anyone else has asked this before we dig too deeply into the code. SvelteKit. Boolean store. No matching. Let's review this bit again. Let's see if there's anything in here that makes more sense. So, not all application state belongs inside your application component hierarchy. Sometimes you'll have values that need to be accessed by multiple unrelated components. In Svelte, we do this with stores. A store is simply an object with a subscribe method. So the way we've done this here, we've set up a new writable store and we're initializing it with the value of 0. And then in our app, wait, let's get to the solved version. Wait, this is the boilerplate one. Right, so we've got our writable store. We call it in. And we can reference it like that. That's fine. And then in our incrementer, count.update. Yeah. But that doesn't seem to be working. Oh, wait, do we not do... Can we just see this? Argument of type Boolean is not assignable to parameter of type updata Boolean. Okay, we're getting further now. Let's see if anyone else has that error. Not quite what we're looking for. So what's an updated Boolean? Let's have a look. We're using React here. Okay. Might have to have a little look a bit more. Try and figure out where we're going wrong. Can we look into this update function? Derive stores. Custom stores. Subscribe set update. This might be what we want to do. So let's give this a go. Create count. Oh no, we want to do so rather than create count, we're saying create menu status. Cool. No, we just want to call this. And we just want to give it set state, which takes in a bool, which is going to be our, let's call this desired state. Or Boolean. And it's going to say update n equals desired state. Boolean is not assignable to type number. So how do I say this is not a number? We don't want this. Yeah, it's all because it's a Boolean. I mean, we could work around this by just setting it as a value. Let's do that for the moment, because we're, I think we're going a little bit down a rabbit hole. We'll see what the best way to do this. So let's call this menu state, writable 0. And then here, we're going to go menu state. From those stores. So if menu state is equal to 0, I think I need to do wrap it in parentheses. Menu state dot update 1. No. Okay, that's not how we do it then. What am I doing differently? We want to see auto subscriptions. Solve this. Incrementer. Oh, right. We've got to pass a function into it. Oh no, we can do set. Why can we not do set 0? We should be able to do set 1. Okay, so that should still operate the same. So we go back to this. Go onto our left-hand side. So when we click on it, we get home, and that's fine. Now, what do I want to do with this? We want to retrieve this menu state in our layout. So let's import menu state from our store. And then here we want to say if menu state equals 1, we're going to do an element here, which is just going to be, for the moment, we're just going to do a div menu active. What are we going to call this? Menu active layer. Oh, something like that for the moment. That needs a $sign to say we're looking at the store value. Oh, you don't need it, okay. And then in our styles, we're going to say menu active layer. We want a height of 100 VH. Oh, full screen. Width. Full width. Overflow none or hidden. And we're going to say background color like a dark gray. Let's do that for the moment. Yeah, let's do that for the moment. let it pick up the color, and then we're going to change this to our HSL 40%. Right, so if we refresh, we've got our main page, and then we click on this, we get our menu comes up and it grays out the rest of the screen. Now that's too much. Oh, I want to bring the transparency way down, but is that going to work? Let's see what this is doing. Oh, it's pushing all the content down, isn't it? We don't want to do that. We want it on a layer above. So we're going to say position. I think we want position absolute. See what that's done. And then we can ramp this up a little bit. No, it's too much. That's kind of what we want to do. Let's drop this down to like 0.5 then. And we'll get the colors for this right later on. That doesn't matter too much. And what we want to do is have an on-click event on this. Which does the opposite. So in our stores, wait, where do we have it on our nav? This kind of thing. I want to set it to 0. So now, when we click on our menu, we get like a screen over the top. This should cover the whole screen though. It does cover the whole screen of what we see. I think we want position sticky actually. Let's see what that does. No. I mean, we're getting there with this. So then if they click on that, hides it again, that's fine. I mean, really, when they click to navigate, it probably wants to hide away. When we click on this, our mouse is going to be over our element there. I'm just thinking if we want to do like a on mouse leave, but for mobile you're not really going to get that event trigger. Need to have a little think about that. Okay, let's do some styling then, while we think about that in the background. So we want this UL to have all of our links as we got them like this. So what we can do, I mean, really importing the font is going to be useful first, I think. So let's have a look. Montserrat, nice and easy. The main problem is to remember how styles work. So I think everywhere we're going to want body, font family, has that got it in it? No. We're going to have to import the CSS. I can't remember how to do that now. Let's see how we did last time. Let's have a look at none of those. So folder, let's have a look. So I'm sure we've done this last time. I think in our static, do we have the fonts? No, in our source. Where have we got our font here? Oh, we've done this. No. Right, that's what we've done. That's fine. Let's do one of those. So in root, we want this. That's not loaded Helvetica. Why has that not got Helvetica or Montserrat? Might have to do a bit of research here. Can't remember how to do it properly. No worries, yeah. Thanks to the company too. Hopefully see you next time. If not, have a good week. Hope it's been interesting. So what's going to be the best way to load fonts? Thank you. Modern websites. Modern website. Let's have a look what these are saying. Fonts typically important resources, yeah. Check the timing and look at that, yeah. Understanding of font face. Before diving into best practices for font loading, it's important to understand how font face works. The font face declaration is an essential part of working with any web font. At minimum, it declares the name that will be used to refer the font and indicates the location of the corresponding font file. Right. Commonplace misconception is font face is requested when a font face declaration is encountered. This is not true. It does not trigger a font download. Rather, a font is downloaded only if it is referenced by styling that is used on the page. Okay. So this is only triggered when we're using it. Okay, other ways of loading font are the preload resource and font loading API. We don't want inline font declarations. That's no good. Reconnects third. I don't want to download from third party. Although preload is highly effective at making fonts discoverable early in the page load process, it comes at a cost of taking away browser resources from loading others. Fast font delivery yields fast text rendering. Okay. WAV2 is the newest, has the widest browser support, and offers best compression. Yeah, we only want to use WAV2. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. Font rendering. So what does font display do? Don't think we need this kind of stuff. Right, I want to see what Unicode range settings are. Here we go, right. Oh, this just finds it. Okay, right. How do we find a list of Unicode ranges? Computed value? Oh, if it uses at least one, the whole font is downloaded anyway, so that makes no difference. Best approach for most situations. Most performant approach only works if we host our own fonts. That's what we want. We want to host our own font so that our sites don't send people off onto other websites. Flash of faux text. It's often easier to use cloud-hosted fonts. That's not the approach. Wait, what? Can I self-host Montserrat? If it's available for free from a service such as Google Fonts, downloading files means agreeing to terms of service. The font license. For fonts that aren't free, we'll need to purchase license. I think Montserrat's free. Let's just double check. We go to fonts here. And we... Montserrat, fairly certain, is free. Where's the license? Amount license. Open font license. You can use them in your projects. Free open source. Yeah, okay. So we can definitely use this. Okay, we're fine to do this. I'm pretty sure I have it already, right? I'm sure I was self-hosting it somewhere. Not in this folder though. Let me just dig around in some of our project files for a second. I think that's the file. Let's just dump it into static for the moment. Just going to call this regular. And we're going to do a new folder here called fonts. I'm going to dump you in there. Yep. Oh, this is the wrong project. We're going to cut there and we're going to paste into this project. So we want a new folder called fonts. And within that, we're going to paste that. There we go. Right, then here, our CSS. We want to follow this. We need to understand two more concepts: font face and font display swap. Font face lets us declare fonts in CSS. If we're not self-host, you need to use font face to declare fonts. Font family tells JavaScript and CSS the name of our font. src is the path to it. Font weight is the font weight, default to 400 and defaults to normal. Oh, we need WAF and WAF too. Okay. Where's our app here? So this is our WAF, standard WAF file. Actually, we're just going to call this Montserrat. We don't need the regular on it. Okay, then in our CSS, we're going to do our font face there. Montserrat, and this is going to be slash fonts slash fonts wrap. And it's going to be the same. I mean, first thing to check is, does that resolve it if we click save here? No, not yet. I mean, we might have the path wrong here. Next, we declare font in font family. When browsers pass an element with the web font, they trigger a download for the web font. Okay. Font display swap takes one of 4 possible values: auto swap, fallback, and optional. Swap instructs browsers to display the fallback text before web fonts get loaded. In other words, swap triggers felt for self-hosted font. Okay. Don't care about IE. Flash of unstyled text. Outward class gives you the same result, but uses JavaScript to load the fonts. The mechanics are as follows. Swap even, okay. But at the top here, it was saying something else, wasn't it? Best strategies. Felt with class critical buffed. That's what I want to do. So let's see where we're gonna have the information about that. Okay, we don't want to do that. Out with class, we don't want to do that. So this is font loader API, don't want to do that. We want this, okay. First we load the Roman font. Then we load the other fonts. This time we set font family to latter instead of latter initial. But we're only loading one font anyway, so I don't think we really care about this. What we're saying here, if fonts in document, yeah, this is only if we're loading other stuff. Any critical things are letters from A to Z, both capitals and small letters. We can recreate a subset of these fonts in Unicode range. But I'm sure this is saying somewhere that, I'm sure I read somewhere that if you are using a single letter out of this font file, it loads the whole font file anyway. So I think all of this is unnecessary. I think I'm going to go with this. So in our app HTML, in our head, we're going to do this. And we're going to call this fonts Montserrat WAF 2. That might be what we're doing wrong. We don't want this. We just want fonts. It doesn't look like it's using Montserrat. Why not? Consider taking a look at the cross-origin attribute. Okay, so maybe we do need that cross-origin. This is what we're expecting. So what font is being actually loaded? And why is it not working like this? Oh, I know why. So we're using a CSS variable here. Oh my god. Oh, I should have looked at that earlier. I was like, I'm sure that should be working by now. Because we're only using one font family, I think that's fine here. So do we need this? Yeah, apparently we do. Well, oh yeah, because we changed it back. No. Right, let's test again. Do we actually need it? Can we take this out? Doesn't look like it, but it also doesn't look like it's harming anything. Let's leave it in. We're getting no errors from it, so that's okay. Right, I think the next thing we want to do, let's shrink this a little bit more. Let's go back to our mobile nav. No, not mobile nav, into our header. We're just going to wrap our logo in an anchor tag, and this is going to take us to home. Let's pop that in there. Right, just so that navigates back for us, that's fine. Okay, so in our nav element here, we're going to have a pretty much fixed height. Now, what have we set it in here? 60 pixels. Okay, so nav, we're going to have... Actually, no, that's in the header. We're going to have header, height, 60 pixels. Right, and then what we're going to have with our mobile nav is that this can extend out. So position relative, yes. So we're getting there a bit with this. So that's on our nav element here. We want position relative. And then each of our LIs, we need to start having some style on in here. So we want, let's do a text align center. We want background color of like something like, I think it's E3 that we're looking at. It's kind of that, but it's not too important just yet. We want some padding of about 10 pixels. We don't want this padding right actually, because we want padding off of this. Now why are we being pushed down? We've got margin from somewhere. Where's this margin coming from? Margin block start and end. So where's our CSS resets? Here. UL. Margin 0. Or do I need to do margin block? No, that looks good. Actually, technically, it's probably better to do like this. Probably no difference, actually. Probably gets optimized under the hood. Right, we also need a close button here. So li of class close. And this is just going to have an X in it. So close is specifically going to have a width of like 40 pixels. And it's going to float right. No, that's not how that works. Align self. Flex end. Are we in a flex box here? I think we are. No, we're not at the moment. Which is why it's not going to do anything. Display block property on the parent. Yeah. So our URL also has display flex. Flex flow, column, no wrap. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So just as a reminder, we're making this kind of setup. So we're getting close there. It's going to be some tweaking, but mostly looking at this. Right, so we probably want our anchor tags with text decoration none. That just gets rid of the underlines. So we're actually not going to do it like this. We're doing background, color, white. Oh. Ah, wait. That's on the ahref. That's not the right place. This needs to cut and be on here on the li. Oh no, we don't. Oh no, we don't need it on there. That's going to be story and solutions. Oh, what's happened there? That's good. And we'll cut it out of this. And we're going to cut it out of here as well. Cool. Now when we save, the whole box turns white based on where we're selected. Oh. Huh. Oh, because I think if we look at this, our menu active layer is now over our navbar. Right, I don't like using z-index, but for the moment, we're just going to use it. So I'm going to set this to z-index of 2. And we're going to give our navbar just in general, that can have a z-index of 3. So now we can click around our different links, that's fine. Okay. So how about an li hover? And all we want to do with this is set our background color a little bit brighter. I think really we probably need to darken this. What color? D8, we've got it there. let's convert that to HSL. Might as well set this to 90. Oh, we're not going to see a hover effect on mobile view. But if we come back off of this, if we just do this, yeah, so we can see our hover effect now. That's good. Let's go back to our mobile view here. Okay, what we can try and add on next. Maybe we have a look at the closed state. I wonder if I've done a hamburger on this. I don't think I would have done. So going for header from header. Oh yeah, there's no nav in this file, so there won't be a nav link. Alright, well, we're getting somewhere with this. I think I might look at wrapping up in a bit. I mean, ideally, I'll close. Do we want this as a button? We probably want this as a button instead. And then we can have an on-click here, sets it to 0. So now if we click that, it goes back. So this button can we put some lines in this? We're not going to do that just yet. Let's do... I'm quite happy with the progress we've done today. Let's stop there before we start messing around with things and breaking things. So we're gonna stop running our server and we're gonna do git and dot. I'm sure I started doing something different actually. Can't remember what the command was, but git commit dash mobile views, work in progress, content, no, sections mostly added, nav, hamburger menu started. Cool. Right, fairly happy with how we're getting on with this. We'll have a fair amount of this to tidy up at some point or other. Just set the height of this as well. Why is that not done? Last close. Ooh. Oh, because I've stopped the server running. Let's run it off again. Let's just double check that's actually applying. Running. This will refresh in a second. There we go. Yeah. Cool. I would say though, this layout, active layer. Oh, we set this back, that's why. I think we want this like a darker initial color. Let's go 20. See how that looks. Bit too strong, maybe. What's 20% look like? That's going to be all right. Cool. Let's commit that bit. Add. Commit. This is going to be menu, active, layer, values, color values changed. Cool. Right. With that, what are we going to do? I think we're going to wrap up there. We've made some good progress. We've got a baseline for our website. Obviously minimal styling at the moment, and we're only looking at our mobile views to start with, just so that we can have a little setup. That's good actually, because the server's down, we're getting the alt text here. But we'll continue on, maybe not tomorrow, maybe Thursday, I think. All depends on, I think I've got a night shift tomorrow. But if you want to keep up to date with when streams are happening, there is Discord link in the page below. I think so. Yeah, there's a Discord link and there's a go live announcement that happens on that. I hope it's been an interesting stream. Let me just set myself up because I always forget to do the outro page setup. That's good. Yeah, thanks everyone who's been lurking. Thank you, Omega UJ, for hanging out and for the follow. I hope it was interesting for everyone. And yeah, I hope you all have a good week. I think that's pretty much it. Cheers. Bye.